Hi, Kipsters. Happy Friday. I hope that you all have had a wonderful week. Today, for our reteach day, we are going to be practicing writing in complete sentences. So today, you are going to need your composition notebook or a piece of paper and a pencil to practice your writing. Last week, we had a chance to write our letters, capital and lowercase, and today we're going to be using those letters to write complete sentences or complete thoughts. On the board right now, I have a picture of all of the letters, capital and lowercase, written on our composition notebooks so that you can see what your letters should look like on the lines. Just like we practiced last week, our letters stay in between the two lines, so I see the blue line here and the blue line here. Our letters also start at the red line, and when we get down to the other red line on the other side, we have to switch to the line below it. Your capital letters should be bigger and fill up the entire space or almost the entire space of the line. And your lowercase letters should be a little bit smaller. This might be a little bit trickier than it was last week because we had bigger lines last week. But since we're going to be doing most of our writing for Wit and Wisdom and ELD in our journals, it's important that we're practicing writing on these lines too so that our work looks super nice and neat. Today, you are going to be practicing writing 3 complete sentences about some pretty fun questions. So first, you are going to write a complete sentence sharing your favorite food using the sentence starter, my favorite food is. Then you're going to write about what your favorite subject in school is by writing my favorite subject is. And last, you're going to share one of your hobbies or one of the things that you like to do when school is over by writing I like to I'm going to show you my example before it's your turn to share your writing with me. So I wrote, my favorite food is breakfast burritos. My favorite subject is art, and I like to play with my friends. On my paper, I made some notes to show you what your writing should look like. So at the beginning of every single sentence, I have a capital letter. That means a big letter to start my sentence. So at the beginning of every single sentence, I need to make sure I start with a capital letter. At the end of the sentence, or when my thought is over, I need to add punctuation. Today, I added a period to show the end of my sentences, and a period is just these little black dots that I put at the end of my sentences, and those are circled in blue. So I'm going to be looking in your work today for capital letters at the beginning of sentences and periods at the end of sentences. I also showed you these little stars are where I started writing my sentences. So I found the red line, and then right next to the red line, I made sure that I started my sentence with my capital letters. For this sentence, my sentence was a little bit long, and I reached the end of this red line before I was finished with my sentence. Instead of continuing to write in this space past the line, I needed to move the rest of my sentence down a row and start back at the beginning where the red line was on this side. So if your sentence is too long and goes past this red line, you might need to move down to the next line to finish your sentence. But since this is still the same thought, I did not need to capitalize the B in burritos because it's still a part of the same sentence. You also might notice that I put a finger space in between each of my words so that I could tell which words were different and so that I could read my writing. So today, I'm going to be looking for you starting your sentences at the red line on the left side of your paper, using a capital letter to start your sentences, using finger spaces in between your words, and putting a period at the end. And your extra bonus challenge is to make sure if your sentence reaches this red line, but you're not done, you're going to move down to the next line instead of continuing to write in that blank space. So once again, just as a reminder, you're going to be writing 3 sentences, 1 to share your favorite food, 1 to share your favorite subject, and 1 to share your hobby or something that you like to do after school. When you're finished writing in your journal, just like me, and you don't need to include these little colors, that was just so I could show you what I'm going to be looking for. You're going to take a picture of your writing and make sure you upload it on Seesaw so that your teacher can see. And I cannot wait to see all of your awesome sentences. Hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Bye, friends.